Hello, how are you doing? Welcome back to some more F1 2022 and part 38, I think, 37 of our Brawn GP My Team career mode. Today we are back with the Austrian Grand Prix. Last time out it wasn't our best day at the office, it's fair to say. At the British Grand Prix we had two collisions with two British drivers and just about you know, came home with some decent points, some good damage limitation, I suppose, but it did stop our streak of finishing in the top 5 every race since Miami. But yeah, hopefully we can get back on it today in Austria. I am using my new Elgato that has come through the post. Big thanks to Elgato for, you know, going through the warranty options. It all ran very smoothly, so fingers crossed we won't have the no signal flickering today and it should be a perfect video. I am also trying recording in 4K once again as well to see if that helps or if it is capable of doing it now after all of that. But yeah, hopefully you guys are good. Leave a like if you enjoy and subscribe for plenty more F1 content. F1 Manager coming out very, very soon. My copy from Frontier, sort of a review copy, is coming through in the next couple of days, so I should be able to get plenty of content bulk recorded and ready for you guys next week. But yeah, reaction training for Nico Hülkenberg, please. Let's see what upgrades we can do. So we've got 2,500 development points to spend. I don't actually well, there's this one that we can go for, that's 1,800, but other than that we can't actually upgrade that any further. Yeah, some of these are fairly hefty, aren't they? So what will we get? So we'll get more downforce from that. Okay. Rear downforce. I think we want to get the aerodynamics sorted again, so that'll be in place before France. Don't think we have anything in the powertrain. Oh no, we can get this one actually, the fuel technology efficiency. So yes, a significant efficiency improvement for fuel, which is absolutely perfect. So let's get that in place before France. Awesome. Right, we do have nearly 12 million in the bank. Nico Hülkenberg's contract is 7 million at the moment, so yeah, I think we want to keep Hülkenberg until the end of the season at the very least. I think value for money wise, he's going to be the best value for money, but we'll see. Anyway, let's get into qualifying and see how we get on. Okay then, let's take you on a lap of Austria, the A1 ring, or the Red Bull ring as it's now known. Decent first corner. Pace has been okay this weekend actually. I think we were P3 in practice 1. Of course it is a sprint race weekend, so we have to bear that in mind. We've only had one practice session. Going hammer and tongs on this lap. Trying to keep all of the momentum and make sure that we are easily through to Q2. Every little tenth that you lose is massive around here because it's such a short lap. So you need to make sure you absolutely nail it, and this hasn't been our finest lap. Might have to go around for a second run as we come round the final corner up to the line. It's going to be a 1:05.9, which actually is only 18th, so definitely going to have to go around again. We have just about got enough fuel. Let's make sure that we as quick as we can. It was a very poor first sector, 4.5 tenths off Sebastian Vettel. And we are just leaking time. I'm not entirely sure why. Yeah, 1.2 seconds off. This is awful. And yeah, you might have noticed we still have the no signal. I'll explain all of that in a bit. But
right, let's
bit of a disaster, really. But yeah, let's get ourselves in and get a new set of tyres on. But that is an absolute shocker. Well, this is a much better lap, half a second quicker, only P11, but we will certainly settle for that. That is us through to Q2. Well, here we go then for our final lap in Q2. As you can see, the first lap, well off the pace in 14th place. We need to really get the hammer down now. Make sure we absolutely nail this lap if we're wanting to be getting through. I've had to use a third set of soft tyres for this qualifying session. Now, to put that into perspective, that's all of the sets that you get for Q1 and 2. You do get a bonus set if you get through to Q3 as always, but I'm not sure we are going to get to Q3. We're 0.2 of a second off Bottas through the middle sector. Here we go, up to the line. This is our best lap so far, and it's a 1:04.9, which is enough for P5. Final sector pace must be on point, but we do just about squeak through. We'll certainly settle for that, but and there you go, a 10th ahead of Nico Hülkenberg as well. Going out in Q2 then, Carlos Sainz and Daniel Ricciardo. Big shocks there. Let's just have a little look at Sector 3 pace, so 1:19.7. What about Bottas? Because he was the one that we were comparing with, although you can't seem to look at anybody else's lap times, which is weird. But there you go. Let's see how we get on in Q3. It's going to be a one lap only session, I think. Well, there you have it then. Those are the top 9 at the moment. Charles Leclerc on pole position, Perez second, Hülkenberg third. If we can pull out a 1:04.9 once again, that's only going to put us 7th. So we need to find just that little bit more. We're going to go out there. We're going to put everything into this lap. Here we go. Let's see how we get on in this Q3 of the Austrian Grand Prix. Can we get a good grid position for the sprint race? I feel like we haven't had a good sprint race grid slot in the whole of the series so far. So here we go. Last couple of corners, setting it up. That's the perfect start to it. Here we go then. Last man over the line. That's a decent first corner. A little bit too much curb, but as long as you don't get your lap time deleted, you've done well. It's a perfect corner there. Only half a tenth off Max Verstappen's time. That is 6th place at the moment. A little bit wide there, but managed to recover it halfway through the corner. This is where you can make or break your lap time. Again, a little bit wide, but using the downforce of the car well. It's a purple middle sector. It's all going to be about this final sector now. A little bit wide. That's going to cost us in the run up to the line. It's a 1:04.8, which is only enough for P7. What a disappointment in the end. Final corner let us down there. But how close was that?
Complete. Let's review our top three today. Leclerc, Perez, and Nico Hülkenberg. With qualifying wrapped up now, we have our grid lineup for the big race tomorrow. Be sure to join us then for what will no doubt be a fantastic race.
Well, there you go. I mean, Charles Leclerc on pole position, but the top 8 drivers within 0.2 of a second. That is unheard of, how close that is. That is ridiculously good. And you know, I think we've got to be pretty proud of where we've ended up there. With how it was looking in Q1, we were very close to going out. Q2, we were very close to going out. So, you know, we've got to take 7th and try and move forward in the race. There's certainly no points in qualifying. Some points for the sprint race tomorrow. Let's see if we can have a good one.
Forget pit stops, forget fuel management. It's pedal to the metal all the way here as we get ready for today's sprint. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting sprint. Charles Leclerc lines up on pole position. Sergio Perez lines up alongside. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Hülkenberg, Norris, George Russell and Verstappen. The captain, Hamilton, Magnussen and Lance Stroll. Sainz, Ricciardo, Valtteri Bottas and Ocon. Albon, Mick Schumacher, Pierre Gasly and Guan Yu Zhou. Vettel, Tsunoda, Oscar Piastri and Nicholas Latifi. Which of these drivers will get pole position today? We'll soon find out.
Okay, here we are down on the track then. It is going to be medium tyres. I think softs, are going to drop off too much. And hards, I think, too hard. So that's what we're going to go for. We're going to reduce the amount of fuel that we've got. 12 laps, sprint race. It's going to be exciting, so let's get into the action.
The formation lap gets underway ahead of today's sprint. It's going to be interesting to see who gets pole position.
And absolutely nobody has gone for an alternative strategy. I think last year we actually had an engine failure in this sprint race. I mean, we had to start from the back. That was a bit of a problem.
We're almost ready to start the sprint as the cars take their positions on the grid, with the drivers and teams making their final preparations.
So here we come, lining up in 7th position. A little bit of work to do, but I think we are definitely capable of it. I think we can get an excellent result out of today's Grand Prix. But we are going to have to work hard and make sure we keep it clean because, again, not all the points are earned today. But hopefully a good one for Nico Hülkenberg as well. So here we go as we watch for the lights. It's lights out, away we go here for the sprint race in Austria. Decent getaway from ourselves and Lewis Hamilton, as well as K-Mag, who goes down our inside. And now we're down to 9th position as it stands. There's a Ferrari of Carlos Sainz there as well. And, well, we've picked up a little bit of side pod damage from Lance Stroll, who was a little bit too eager there.
Side pods have taken damage. Keep an eye on your engine temperatures. Cooling may be adversely affected.
So now we're in a little bit of trouble. We've got Stroll coming through again. We managed to hold them off, but it's a very, very good start, particularly from Kevin Magnussen. He's all the way up into 7th position, which is where we started. Of course, Hamilton going side by side. That's risky at this stage of the race. Magnussen still side by side with him. We're just trying to stay safe here, and there are yellow flags behind. Is there going to be a safety car? I'm not sure. I think Lance Stroll has come into the pits. Maybe he had a little bit of front wing damage. Oh, that was Bottas having a little look there down the inside, as I think that's Daniel Ricciardo out.
We've got a lot of spare
of this
energy.
Grand Prix.
Okay to use your overtake button.
Magnussen down the inside of Carlos Sainz. Oh, no. Yeah, warning for that. Don't think it really helped us. Got to be honest, we've got Bottas. And again, I think this side pod damage is definitely not helping. We're losing touch with the leaders already. Well, we've got Bottas having a little look here.
Damage to the side pods. Expect to feel a little bit more drag than normal. Down the inside of him. Hold the position nicely, but we're not making any inroads on the guys in front. Well, we got a bit of argy-bargy up ahead. I think that was Hamilton on Hulkenberg. Nice
We've
move.
managed
Keep
to
going.
take a couple of places there, which is very, very good. Now, potentially down the inside of Hamilton. Didn't quite manage it, but Sainz and Magnussen definitely pushing behind. There's yellow flags at the back. That looks like Valtteri Bottas potentially. Has had an incident there. But we're up to 8th now. And we're scoring position, which is exactly where we want to be. Well, it looks like Hulkenberg's coming into the pits. Hamilton was very close to going into the back of him.
Nico's coming in for his stop now.
Carlos Sainz very, very close behind us. But now Hamilton's not going to get DRS, so this is going to be a chance to close in on him and potentially pass him for 6th place in this Grand Prix. Well, Hamilton going very, very slow here. I think he might be coming into the pits, is he? No, he's not. It's just not very quick at this phase of the Grand Prix. DRS enabled. Could be a chance. Nice deep brake and into the first corner, and we're up to 5th now. It looks like Lando Norris has had to come into the pits, so he's had an incident. So now all of a sudden we're starting to do very, very well indeed. We're already a second ahead of Lewis Hamilton at the very least, which is good. Can we close in on George Russell? Well, that's Carlos Sainz having a little go at us there. He's going to have another go up into turn 4. Trying to fend him off. Well, we got 2 laps to go here. We're fending off Carlos Sainz, but we're also catching George Russell in front. This could be an exciting couple of laps here. We're almost within a second of George Russell. Carlos Sainz has had a go down the inside in the past 2 laps.
On Sainz. They've got some kind of mechanical problem.
He's got a mechanical problem, so surely he's not going to be passing now. We need to stay within this sort of 1.5, 1.6 second window of Russell, because we have been absolutely rapid through this section of the track. This is where we're making up the time. But Russell's put in a very, very strong middle sector. And I don't think we're quite going to get in that 1 second window in time. So close, 1.1.
Okay, this is your final lap. Final lap of the race.
Good turn 1. That was a pretty good turn 1, but not good enough. I think we're going to run out of a lap here. I think one more lap we could have potentially done it. You see, they're just quicker along here than we are. Yeah, 1.6 now. And although we'll no doubt make up most of that through these series of corners, we're not going to quite get there. Charles Leclerc has won the sprint race. Looks like Max Verstappen has finished second. We go a little bit wide into the final corner, and we come across the line and finish P5. Not a bad position for tomorrow, especially considering we were driving a wounded car there. Hopefully fully fit tomorrow, and we can get a good result out of that. We'll certainly take it.
And now let's take a look at the driver's standings. Well, that lead at the top has somewhat shrunk today. It's time to see how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. It was a tough race for our championship leaders, who lose ground at the top of the table. Meanwhile, good work from Aston Martin this weekend, who pushed themselves further up the order. The grid is set then, so that just leaves the race itself. Join us tomorrow, where we'll be live with all the action. And until then, goodbye.
Well, there you have it then. Charles Leclerc wins the Austrian sprint race. Perez finishes second, with Verstappen in third, Russell fourth, we finished fifth, Sainz sixth, Magnussen seventh, and Lewis Hamilton in eighth position. Lots of incidents across the track and affecting a wide range of drivers, including Nico Hülkenberg. Daniel Ricciardo, of course, retired from the race. But a real shame for the likes of Norris and Hülkenberg, who are going to be starting well out of position for tomorrow's race. It's going to be an exciting one. Now, as you've seen in this episode, it hasn't quite gone to plan with the Elgato. So the Elgato is something you plug into your PC, into the motherboard. It is brand new, but obviously the same issues are persistent. Now, since the start of the episode, I actually did a full reinstall of Windows, everything like that, which has at least fixed one problem. I've been able to record this in 4K absolutely seamlessly. However, what it hasn't done is fix the no signal issue. So it is looking like potentially a motherboard issue with the slot that you stick it into. So at some point, maybe I am going to have to send the PC away to go and get fixed, which might mean that this series in particular takes a little bit of a backseat for a while. You know, F1 Manager is coming very, very soon. As I said at the start of the video, I should be getting a review code for that very, very shortly. So I'm going to try and record as many videos on that as possible to make sure there's plenty of good content coming out while the PC's more than likely getting repaired. But I do just appreciate all of your support on this, you know, series, and in general, I do really appreciate it. So if you have enjoyed this video, then make sure you leave a like down below, subscribe for plenty more F1 content, and I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.